You see that? You see all of that? All of it? Take a good look. Because that's all you're gonna see in this entire video. I'm finally doing it! No one asked at all for me to do this. So this is why I'm doing it. Let me take a seat here. I'll shoot it like a little testimonial. This was like a reality show. Oh my God. Okay, abandoning the joke. 2 things right up top. Hi, I'm MeganBatoon. Welcome to this video. If it's your first video, I've never made one like this, so that's special. Secondly, there's gonna be a lot of disclaimers in this video, I can only imagine, because I'm talking about food, and when people talk about food, people get crazy on the internet, so let's proceed. In a few of my past videos, I've mentioned doing intermittent fasting and that I count my macros. I'm not gonna go into either of those because, again, this is not a health channel. If that's something that you're into or something that you're interested in and seeing what you can do, whatever you wanna do. Literally, if that's all you take from this video, cool. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is what I eat in a day. But the other disclaimer is I don't eat this every day. I'm eating that today. The most important part about however you're eating is making sure you're eating right for your body type. The way that I eat is gonna be completely different than the way that somebody else eats, as long as you're getting the main food groups that your body needs to survive, which is fats, carbs, and protein. However you like to shake that out, that's up to you. But this is a day that shows how I get all of those macronutrients in my diet. The second disclaimer is I usually eat a lot more vegetables than what I'm eating today, but today I'm not. So there's that. If I'm being honest with you, the only reason why I wanted to film this video is because I'm super excited to try this new recipe for dinner. But while I was at it, I was like, I might as well show the whole thing. And so hopefully you're welcome, and if not, I'm so sorry. This is how I make my latte in the morning. This is the only caffeine I have in the house because I can't really have too much of it. So I'm gonna put half caffeine. Let's treat ourselves. I got this recently, Tectonic coffee. And then I do half decaf coffee on the other side. I really like this because the more immediate that you grind your coffee beans, the fresher the coffee will taste. So don't pre-grind your coffee beans if you can help it. So while that's going, I like to prep everything else. Hate wasting time, even in my own home. We do a little barista situation. I'm flattening it like that with this little razor thing. We tamper, make sure it's even level. And then our cups, bah, and now we just wait. Sometimes you just have to wait. You can't be efficient all the time. How satisfying is that? This is where it all comes together. I like using a mold. This is like its own little igloo. You put your igloo in, half a cup of almond milk, at-home latte, give it a little stir. Fuel to make breakfast, okay. Just never not cooking. We are making an egg white cheddar omelet with kale and bacon. I pre-measure everything so that I know exactly what I'm putting in there. I separate it because I'm gonna be using 2 different pans. It's just easier that way. I have 1 tablespoon of butter, a cup of kale, 3 egg whites, a 6 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, and 1 slice of bacon that I cut into little strips. I pre-cut the bacon because it's gonna be way easier that way. If you cook the bacon first and then try and chop it up, it's just a mess. And we already are one. We don't need extra mess. 2 pots. Ooh. We put the bacon in first because we're gonna render the kale in the bacon grease. We don't use olive oil because we don't need it. I like to spread them out. I'm sure it doesn't matter, but I like to start even. This looks like everybody on a Florida beach when the stay-at-home order is in place. Just sprawled out all over. This sound is my favorite song. This is one of my favorite breakfasts to make because it's so simple. The scramble is even more simple if you don't want to make an omelet. Just toss it all together. It really doesn't matter. It's still gonna be so good. Yeah! The key here is to not overcook the bacon because we're gonna add the kale, add the cheese, add the eggs, and you don't want it to be too crispy at the end. You still want that little bit of a fatty crunch. Okay, once it looks pretty good, we are gonna add in our kale. It's gonna crackle, don't be alarmed. I'm basically coating the entirety of the kale in the bacon grease, so it's gonna massage it and make it softer at the same exact time, so it's not gonna be gross raw kale. Butter goes next, add a little bit more fat. When this is melted, now we're going to add in our eggs. Cheese, cheddar, shred it in. That's gonna melt. I'm layering this on top, then I'm using this to hold it, and then I flip it. I dash it with some pepper. The plating doesn't have to be great. It's breakfast, but it is freaking yum. We gotta get a perfect bite. The butter is so important. When I don't have the butter, like, I get a little upset. Egg white, cheddar cheese, bacon, kale, butter. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Oh my God. I've changed my outfit, which means later in the day. Another disclaimer. I don't like rolled oats. I don't like oatmeal. I think it's very bad, but I really need fiber in my diet, so this is how I get my fiber in there. I sneak it in. Turn the heat on to medium high. I'm just putting the oats directly into the pan with nothing else. So I'm gonna toast them. Basically, I'm waiting until they get a little brown and fragrant, and then I'm gonna put cinnamon in them. Cinnamon in them. I'm gonna put cinnamon in them. I'm like, when should I talk about the Swiss cheese? The entire day I've thought about the fact that I wish I had Swiss cheese to put in that omelet. Swiss cheese is better for it, and I just didn't have it. So, Swiss cheese, that's my disclaimer. I said there's gonna be a lot of disclaimers in the video. While that's toasting, it does take a little bit, so I'm gonna start measuring out my yogurt and my almond butter. This is the world's best yogurt. I don't care who you are, you're gonna like this. Unless you're allergic to yogurt. I mean, it would be a delightful way to die. It's that good. 3rd cup of Siggy's plain strained non-fat yogurt. I have a tiny little dish that I'm gonna put the oats in when they're done because they are very fast. They cook and then they burn, so you gotta grab them right when they're done cooking. You can start to see they're getting a little brown.
It smells good. That's
when you know. Right when it starts smelling like something, that's when you know it's about to burn. So in the window, it's like a very similar window to avocados. Like they're not ripe for 7 days and then they're ripe for 7 minutes. So I'm throwing in a bunch of cinnamon and then tossing it all together, giving it some sort of flavor besides mush. I like to put half. I'm lying to you, I've never done this before. I just think it would be better if you put half like this, and then I'm gonna reserve the rest for the top. Since I've recorded this, I've gotten much better at the entire execution of it, but really I'm just putting some Siggy's yogurt, which is the best brand of yogurt, fight me. Putting the same amount of blueberries on it. I don't know why I'm trying to make it look pretty. It doesn't. Drizzling some creamy almond butter, topping it with the remainder of the oats, which is an unnecessary step, and then topping it off with some chia seeds for fiber. Dinner time! This is a thing that I've been waiting for the entire day. The reason why I'm making this video, we are making keto Philly cheesesteaks. We drove all the way to North Hollywood for keto bread. These are actually hot dog buns, but you get it. While our meat is freezing, our bread will defrost. They're trading places. This is how we geeked out on it. So it says 16 grams of carbs, but dietary fibers 14 grams. So really, your net grams are 2 carbs, which is insane. This is a very exciting thing for me. I never cook bread. When's the last time that I cooked bread while doing macros?
Have you?
Never. All the carbs we get from really good leafy greens. We've never had something like this. It's a special day. I hope it's good. I have a lot of faith in it, mainly because I will make it good, no matter what. They're different sizes. I feel like we should be equal, and this is not equal. We're gonna go diving for the right size. Oh my God, look at these, they're chunk.
I like this guy right here.
Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't love the biggest one? Oh my God, this is my workout. No wonder these are no carbs, they're bricks. This is just, there's no nutrition at all. Oh look, perfect, those are 2 perfect ones. First of all, huge news. This is like a very cool fact that I found online when I was trying to look up how to make a Philly cheesesteak. The first Philly cheesesteak was actually made because a hot dog stand worker didn't want to eat hot dogs anymore. So instead of putting a hot dog in the bun, he put all the other toppings on the bun, and a cab driver drove by and was like, "What's that smell?" And then now we have Philly cheesesteaks. Crazy. I heard that you put the meat in the freezer for like 20 minutes so that it gets hard enough so you can slice it super thin. The key to a Philly cheesesteak is super thinly sliced beef and also cheese. It's been 20 minutes, but the meat is still pretty tender. I'm gonna put it back in for a little bit. In the meantime of waiting for that to freeze, I'm gonna saute the veggies. I'm so excited for this. Disclaimer, I've never made it before, so could be really bad. Something about long sliced onions. Not tall, dark, and handsome. Lengthy, slimy, and translucent. That's what we want. We have way more vegetables than we do bread. Look at the difference now. They said that you can slice it with a mandolin. I'm too nervous to do that, so I'm just gonna sharpen a knife and do it that way. I've removed the onions because they were pretty much done cooking. Oh, Alexa, stop. I didn't like how hard the peppers still were, so I took the onions out and I put water. Oh my God, yes! I put water and covered it to soften them up. Now it's time to try and slice this bad boy real tiny. Oh my God, it's so easy to cut. So I'm supposed to slice it like as thin as I can. Oh my God, look how thin that is. It's almost like ahi tuna.
Look at her.
That is great. I'm cutting it in like the weirdest way, but just so that you could get the footage. I normally would not cut something like this. My hand behind the knife. I am doing this for you and your viewing pleasure. Look how good that looks. I'm gonna transfer them here while I cook the meat. I'm gonna cook it really quickly because I don't want it to be too done. Well done meat is never a good idea. What you're about to see is kind of just a recreation of everything I've seen on YouTube. Everything about this I've learned from the internet in the last 20 minutes. It's like halfway cooked, a little bit more. I'm gonna add it back in, all of the onions and peppers, so it's all gonna cook together. Yum! Okay, I'm splitting it in half. Sometimes I get measurements wrong for macros, but like this is what fits. From here, the cheese happens. Finish it off like that. Apparently that's supposed to melt down. I don't know what to do. It's not gonna fit in this tiny little thing. Hello? Faster. Should I try again? Faster!
That looks amazing.
That looks really good. Here's the issue. I saw them go like this online. I'll try one, what I saw on YouTube, and I'll try one using my brain. They went like, not terrible, but you know. Okay, this is the one where I'll use my brain. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're gonna have to eat these with forks and knives. This looks so like ridiculous. Oh my God, it looks amazing though. You gotta eat this. We did it. We did it. We did it. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. That was a day in my life eating. That was a day in eating my life. That was what it's like to eat if you were me for one day in my life. Those were the foods I ate today. I think that's a pretty good.
Great.
Stay healthy. Bye.